YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. I've been doing videos for a little over 10 years now. So in that case, a lot of my first videos that still, I think, have pretty good information in them are not being watched at all because YouTube, they're just too old for YouTube to want to use them, I guess, or put them up on their lists. So in that case, also, YouTube is not paying all that well, so hit that thumbs up and subscribe and all those good things. I appreciate it very much. But I am going to take some of those and revamp them because I was not near sadly, I was not near as good as I am now with videos. Also, since I've changed the name on my channel, some of those older ones have my old channel name, things like that on. So I'm just going to kind of cut some of that stuff out, cut some of the talking out, and try and make them a little bit better as far as the editing is concerned. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy my older video here. And to start, I need to figure out how wide the base is so I can find something to put it on here. So I'm going to take my square here and set it on here. Well, I didn't spend a ton of money on this square. It could be questionable whether or not it's even all that square, but that's what I'm going to do. And according to that, we're right about 8 inches. And right off the bat, I actually, going through my scrap stuff, found this right here. And it's a good solid, I'm pretty sure that's close to 1/2 inch thick right there. Looking for something that it seemed like a good height on, and this seems pretty good, maybe a little bit high, but it's about 32 inches, so I'm going to go like 30, 31 inches.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
And I'm just kind of eyeballing about what I want for an angle. I use this to put on here and line up with about where I wanted it. So now I got my angle set here with this. Sitting this here, I already made the marks on the other side, but I know I need to, make a mark here, and then I need to make a mark on the top side that's the same as where I'm going to want that same angle. That way this will sit flat when I'm done. So that way I cut an angle this way and I cut the same angle over here on this one, and that should make it sit nice and flat. But I also know I want 30 inches from where I'm cutting. So since this is going to be my bottom, or technically the top corner, the corner where this is going to be welded against here, I'm going to take this and come up from this corner 30 inches. Okay. And then I know where to cut this off. So I got my mark right here. And I know I want the angle to be going this way because I marked it on this leg here. So I'm going to take my angle finder here, and we're just kind of, I'm cutting it a little bit, maybe less than what I think it might be, but I'm trying to not have the legs sticking out too much. So I want to cut that side off there. I also know my angle is going this way on this one, so I'm going to go to that corner and Make my cut right along that right there. So I'm going to make this cut. I'm going to double check that that's the same. I'm going to keep my little tool tight where it is for the rest of the legs just to double check them. And I'm going to use my miter saw because I got it set up for cutting metal. You can use a cutoff wheel, whatever you want to try and use. Hacksaw if you really want to. I cut the leg. I'm just checking the angle of the dangle here, and looks pretty good. I think that's going to do. I don't think it's going to stick out so much I'll be tripping on it all the time, I hope anyway. But I also think it'll work to keep it solid and steady. We shall see. Only time will tell on this one. But the only thing I'm worried about is I don't think this is going to be super heavy, so if I'm trying to, you know, bend some long pieces of bar or something around something, it may not work as well. So we'll see. I may end up with the vise back on my welding table, but I really just want to keep my welding table just for welding and doing projects like this on. Let's go take a look at my, as you can see, I'm back on working on a table again, thank goodness. And you can go watch that video. Alright, I'm going to cut this other leg at the
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming.
What you just kind of watched me do there was trying to figure out on the other side of this plate where to put these legs. And I do know that since it bolts here, here, and here, that this middle one is where I want the first bottom leg in the center here. So it's going to be somewhere down here on the other side. But I also want, since I'm putting 3 legs on this, and the reason I'm putting 3 legs on it is because 3 legs is actually easier to keep from rocking, for lack of a better way. No matter where you put it, even if it's kind of on uneven ground, it should be fairly steady. So that's what I'm going for. And to get the other 2, I just took my measurements here, split them in half, and I'm bringing them down this way. That way I know, and then I transferred them around. And I know I'm going to need a leg here, here, and here somewhere for this to work the way I want it to. Hopefully that made sense.
Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
I got some bolts that can still move around in here, but I got some bolts in here just kind of holding it and putting it where it would be pretty close to being. I could tell I can move this all the way around and still be able to move, you know, do this. So from there it just goes further out. So this is the perfect size plate for this. This is a perfect vise for this because it does go all the way around. It doesn't stop in any direction. This part of it, the pipe part of it, still works, everything. So I'm very happy with this plate. I'm pretty happy with it. It seems like it's going to be fairly sturdy as far as, you know, if I'm working on it or maybe, you know, doing some small projects. But if I got any big stuff, I'm definitely going to have a different plan. But right now, this will give me a place to kind of hold some stuff in and hammer on some stuff, be able to do some work. I do have some more ideas for this, but yet again, as with most of my projects, I start out kind of testing, get it to the point where it'll work, see if I really like it. I may need to splay these legs out a little bit more or do something like that. I definitely want to put some sort of a wheel system on it so I can roll it in and out of where I want it. And then actually I might make some sort of attachment to attach it to my welding table, which is heavier, give it some more strength to be able to reef on things a little bit more. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that and got something out of it. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master none. You all have a good one.